Guys, and welcome back to another little traditional art video. For some reason, I guess the sunny, warm, fun weather has made me want to draw more traditional art, so I just kind of let myself have it. So I did Opheleus this time because I have drawn him a long time ago, and I was super proud of that drawing. It was all in pencils and markers and stuff, and that was my medium of choice, I guess. But his head was too big and my anatomy wasn't that great. I'll see if I can remember to link. I mean, if I forget, it'll be in his Toy House profile because I photoshopped it to be the right proportions. But yeah, he was the most complicated character I guess I'd ever drawn traditionally, seriously, and so I was really happy with it, and I just came in here and kicked my own ass. Although I will say, as you guys see, I did draw this digitally, and then I did last week and I printed it out on watercolor paper, and I just kind of went at it. And you'll see there's no inking recording because I didn't really ink it, I guess. There's kind of a start there. I was going to, but then I decided I didn't want such thick lines, you know. I wanted to let the shading mostly define everything, and the lines are so fine when you print them that small that when you go over them with colored pencils they barely show. So yeah, that turned out really well in his paws, and for the most part, everywhere except for where it's white, you can't really tell that I printed it, which is fun. I'm gonna keep messing around with that. Maybe I'll do dotted lines or something like that. Or let the printer do the halftone thing it does when you use gray. I'll try it and report back. But yeah, this is just a drawing of Opheleus, who is my namesake, but not necessarily my persona, I guess. He is one of my favorite characters. I created my DeviantArt account, and I just wanted a character to match the name because, you know, that's kind of what everyone had at the time. So I made Opheleus, and originally he was just a wolf, right? With random sparkle dog swirly markings. And he just was never at the forefront of my character roster, I guess, the ones that I draw the most often. But as time went by, I kind of gave him little redesigns and all that. So his design improved over time, and I really like it now. So I don't know why I don't draw him more often, because I really love the design. I gotta make him an anthroform or something. I feel like he would translate really well. Yeah, I don't know. At first, I was really worried that this drawing wasn't gonna turn out super well because, it was kind of a rough start. I'm not gonna lie. I am glad that I remembered that you can, you'll see me do it a lot in the video if it's not too fast, but you can see I'll get my paintbrush wet and then just literally rub the paint off the paper, which is something you can do pretty well, honestly. Most of the time it barely even left a mark. But yeah, it's a neat trick, I guess, if you guys like watercolors, and sometimes they can be a little crazy and, you know, go everywhere, or you nudge them or something, but don't worry because you can just wipe it off the paper, which is quite nice. So I went in with watercolors, and I use that technique as well on his tail to do the highlights and stuff to lift, because at first I was going to leave the white spots, but then I was I kind of feel like going over this with gouache later, so I won't bother. But yeah, I decided to lift up some color anyway, and I think it gave a really neat effect. Yeah, I really like how this picture turned out. I was super nervous, and it just came around. I was gonna cut him entirely out of the background, in Photoshop, but then I got to his tail and I remembered the little hairs that I so carefully added in, and it's impossible to go around those, so I figured I would just erase the imperfections and leave him as he is, because that's really the thing that I'm most into, I guess. I just really enjoy rendering the characters, and I'm not a super huge fan of doing backgrounds in traditional art. And I guess I should just practice, but traditional art's way more of a hobby to me. All my sculpting and any painting and stuff, it's not the digital art I tend to take way more seriously than the traditional art. But I still like to explore and learn. But yeah, I'm just getting over a cold. I'm almost done being nasty, which is great. I just I think it's just allergies at this point. And like, just worked out, super high energy. My mom decided she wanted to go for a hike, so we're gonna go for a hike. It's to this waterfall. It's like an hour away, and I'm really excited. Because you know I like nature. So yeah, we're gonna go do that, and I don't know. It's been a really good mood. I'm glad the summer's here. Like this weekend was kind of crummy. If you live in my city, it was like the apocalypse. It was so rainy and terrible. Um, but a freaking American kestrel just landed on my balcony railing. It was crazy, and the neighborhood crows were all pissed, and they were like trying to chase him away because you know he's a predator and he eats birds because you know that's what they do. And I've seen his victims. I've seen like dead pigeons on trees. You can't see them from the ground. You can only see them really from above because the kestrel seems to like leave the body on the branches. I'm sorry if that's gruesome, but I don't know what he likes about my balcony because he came up here and he just kind of stared at me. I have pictures on Twitter. He was like literally like 2 feet away, and he was just staring at me through the window. And he stayed there for like a while, like a good few minutes, and then he flew away. And then for some reason, my sister came over. I can't remember why. There was like something we were gonna do, but he came back. He came back, and like she saw him, and I don't know. It's crazy. He must like my plants because I don't. If I look, because I live like halfway up my building, and if you look down, there's like no one else with any planters. So maybe he just likes my plants, or maybe he likes my red chairs. Maybe he was just looking for pigeons to eat on my balcony. Like, I don't know. Why would he come back to my balcony 2 times like that? So I gotta figure out what American kestrel's like. Because I don't really want to leave, like, food out for him. Because that's, like, the same thing as feeding the pigeons, in my opinion. I don't want to, like, annoy my neighbors. I feel like that's not really the right thing to do. But if I lived alone, I would probably thaw out a couple of rats. Because I have snakes, so like they can share their food. But anyway, this video was pretty much all just me rambling. I guess I'm just in a really good mood. I'm happy to not be sick anymore, and happy to go outside. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I'll see you guys next week.